Everybody. How are you? It is Thursday. We will be thoughting and arting. Look at us multitasking.
Yeah.
And let's see here. I got some announcement things. I'm going to put that right there. Okay. So, we have decided that, because we totally just kind of, I was like, all of a sudden, I got a message from Blick that they were doing Cyber Monday, and I'm like, oh, well, we did something last year. We should probably do something this year. So we are, starting today, as of right now, double points.
On what? On Cyber Monday?
Well, actually from today to Monday. Double points, y'all. So if you want to place your orders now, it'll be a good time to get your double points.
And plus, we're kind of caught up and I'm making more packets.
That's true, too.
You notice we're not pushing anything when we're like, oh my God, we're already inundated. Just
feel free to place orders. We're good. We're caught up. You know.
Hey, and the book's ready.
The book's there.
Yeah, I'm expecting that to be a bestseller.
I don't know how.
I don't know if that it will end up on the New York Times list, but
I don't think that we are like an accredited bookseller. Therefore, because we've published and listed over on our website.
Oh, I know, and I'm not into traveling around the country and selling my book.
Okay, not yet.
So it's just as well.
Okay, we'll take whatever we can get. Okay, so then also a couple of things. Is Debsy is here. Hey, Deb, this one over here. Oh, actually, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia,
Mariah,
and together we are PM Artist Studio. There we go. So this one over here, she has some information for you. We have some exciting things coming up regarding the various Yatsutomo papers, so stay tuned on that. But she has some written information plus some things. If you guys do have particular papers that you would like Deb to consider or add into the big old database, because paper matters, that's over there in the Makers of Mixed Media Art Artists Facebook group. I have also put up a poll regarding 2025 and events. So if you've not partaken in that, it would be much appreciated. Just trying to figure out, I think really what's gonna happen here, and I've already started a calendar kind of thing. We're gonna split them up. And that way we could still have our like the yearly event. Now, I don't know. Carrie has not confirmed nor denied whether or not he wants the Gelli thing to be a thing each year. But I think a lot of people would be very sad if he didn't. Just, no pressure,
Putting
Carrie.
a little pressure on.
Oh, good. He is here. Usually he's not here on a Thursday because he's working. Okay, so, yeah. It seems people are very excited about that as a yearly event. I am going to then consider, what the rotation would be with the other stuff, but I will get with the event heads for this said information. But it does help us when you guys are I'm sorry, I'm messing with the lamp too, because it's like doing weird things on her face. There we go. She doesn't like that. There we go. So yes, it will help us decide kind of, how often something should happen sort of deal. And that way we can really help and promote one event per month. And we can all be excited because we're partaking. Because it gets a little overwhelming, I think. Seems like we still may do the themes though, but I don't know. I don't mind putting them out there. And it can be applied to whatever. But anyway, that's for us to kind of work out behind the scenes. So that's all that. Let me say hello to everyone. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give me those pinky hello hands if you haven't. Do those thumbsy upsies on this here video, down there. Thumbsy upsy. Because it likes it. And then, YouTube says, oh, this is good stuff. Show it to some more people. We've got Anina Art Curious. That's Miriam. Miriam, I'm sorry you are not feeling well. I hope your back gets better. Becky, Kat, Carrie, Christy, Colleen, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Darcy, Darlene, Dana, Deb C, Diane Olson, Eddie's here, Elizabeth, Ellen, Estella, Gerald, Jerry, Hoarder Papercrafts, that's Mimi, Jeanette, aka Jeanette, Jennifer Scott, Joni, Miron, Carla, Kathy, Lydia, Margie, Mark is here. Michelle with 1 L, Michelle with 2 L's, Mitzi, Panka, Ricky, Normar, Star Traveler, that's Linda, Susan, Bill, you, the Shelley Studio, that's Margot, Trish, Coogan, and I'm sure that Evie is probably there in the background as well. Tom Bien. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. It's simply you didn't show up in the list whenever I was reading it down. Just give me an extra, pinky hello hand, and I will make sure I say hello. Let's take it on over to the thoughting.
Okay, Miriam just mentioned, and I have to say this quickly because I will forget.
Okay.
August is their midsummer streamathon, Shinrao.
Okay, we can definitely take that into consideration.
Is that on our agenda?
I don't know, and here's kind of like my hesitation, because I know that you probably noticed I had a little hesitation there. That is not strictly a makers event. I mean, neither is really Carrie's July
inviting
thing.
People over.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would just be the one thing that we would put on the calendar there, but
well, it definitely could be on the calendar, but it would be Tom Bien also. Whatever.
Yeah, with one of our regular makers events. I think.
I'm glad I cleared that up.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just
Acme.
jump right in.
You're...
This is an article from, oh heavens, I don't know where.
I can't remember where you got that one from.
It might have been something that somebody sent me. I don't know. If you sent me this, jump in and tell me. I'll make a note. Okay, try this ordinary tool Dali and Man Ray used to jumpstart their creativity. The element of chance was the foundation of surrealist art. And if you go over to whatever this is, I think I even copied it down, which is really rude. It's by The Conversation, 4-minute read. A century ago, French writer and poet André Breton penned his Manifesto of Surrealism, which launched an art movement known for creating bizarre hybrids of words and images. These juxtapositions, often generated through chance, were thought to stimulate the unconscious mind to cultivate new insights. Man Ray's puzzling photographs of out-of-focus collages, or Salvador Dali's jarring paintings of melting clocks and elongated elephants, were typical of the form. As I detail in my book, The Random Factor. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Okay, so who is this person? I can't believe I didn't copy that down.
Well, I did have to, because this is one I had to copy and paste, and so that may not have been.
Okay, well, we need to find out who wrote The Random Factor. Much of life is influenced by randomness, from natural evolution to the selection of friends and spouses. The Surrealists, too, made randomness a cornerstone of their artistic practice. And remember, one of the things when, I can't remember this article, I don't know, months ago. One of the things that was encouraged was to try things or read things that you wouldn't normally read, like totally way out there, read an article about football, something, because sometimes there's just something there that's going to click in and. Yeah. Manifesto of the Marvelous. In 1928, the artist Otto Umbert, known simply as Umbo, snapped a picture from his window that randomly captured the street scene below. The power of the image, mystery of the street, comes not from its content, but from its orientation. When Umbo developed the photograph, he decided to invert it. The result is an ordinary image of people, but with their elongated shadows taking on a startling life of their own. As contemporary photographer Sandrine Armand Grissel writes, the surrealist questions the documentary value of photography. They perceive its capacity to capture the manifestations of the marvelous that can happen at random.
Hey, Bree says that children's books, as a parent, you know, she can't believe how many amazing stories she would have missed because if she hadn't had kids to, you know, her own children to read to.
I totally agree with that. I mean, I would support that. One of my things that I did when I taught elementary age children was every Friday was we would sit and we would all read this. I would read a book to them, and then we would talk about the book. On Monday, they would do art that was related to what we talked about on Friday. So I kind of, you know, let it simmer and cook a bit over the weekend. And there were some amazing things.
You need to be doing that with Izzy. Heck, woman.
I know. I know. And, you know, and I just, this was back before taking pictures with your phone was really a big deal.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some of the masks that my fifth graders made, I mean, I just missed a lot of photographic opportunities.
Yeah, that would have been cool to have that as a...
Yeah, it would. Surrealist painter Max Ernst often employed the technique of decalcomania, which involved applying a layer of paint to a surface such as glass, think your gel plate, and then transferring the wet paint directly onto the canvas. Some of the paint would stick, some of it wouldn't. Well, we know that all happens.
That's right.
No matter. Ernst would build off the random patterns and textures to create the painting. The earliest version of the collaborative exercise involved gathering a small group of friends, dividing a sentence into various parts of speech, such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and so on. Each part of the sentence would be assigned to one person. The first person would write down a word for their part of the sentence, fold the paper over, and hand it to the next person. The second person would then select their word, not knowing what the first person had written down, and pass the developing sentence on to the next person.
Oh, hey, Carrie says that this could be a new activity for makers. P reads something at the beginning of the month, and all through the month that people create pieces inspired by it.
Wonderful.
Or maybe we just do that as one event, and we do it one time in the year.
And I'll find a really special article.
Or like, you know, maybe 3 or 4 smaller ones or something. So then that way there's a little variety to pick from.
Oh, all right. I like it.
Okay.
In this way, the sentence would be written as it traveled around the room without anyone knowing what the sentence looked like until it was completed and someone unfolded the paper. The process results in sentences that people wouldn't concoct on their own. According to legend, the first sentence constructed by Andre Breton and his fellow surrealists read, "The exquisite corpse shall drink the new wine." And this is just so going with what I'm going to talk about Edward Gorey here in just a minute.
Oh, is Anne here? Where's Anne Law?
All right. The principle of the exquisite corpse has been applied to other creative ventures. Okay, I'm just blah, 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 blah. And
I will link this. Remind me afterwards.
Yes.
I'll put it in the description box below. Sorry, I should have done that beforehand.
Okay. A leap of faith. Musicians, filmmakers and graphic designers also incorporate randomness into their work. The composer John Cage often used randomness and chance for his compositions. In one piece, a pianist sits silently for 4 minutes and 33 seconds, compelling the audience to experience the random coughs and rustling in the room. In his Imaginary Landscape series, random elements produced by electricity are part of the performance. For instance, during one performance, Cage placed 12 radios on the stage, each tuned to a different station, and played them simultaneously. In describing this process, Cage wrote, "Chance, to be precise, is a leap, provides a leap out of the reach of one's own grasp of oneself." As museums around the world celebrate the centennial of the birth of Surrealism, it's important to recognize that embracing randomness allowed these artists to think outside the box. The use of chance as a tool of creativity continues to this day, providing a helping and surprising hand, taking artist and audience to places heretofore unknown. Mark Robert Bank is professor of social welfare, arts, and sciences at the University of Washington in St. Louis. This article is republished from the conversation under a Creative Commons license. Read the original article. Okay. I just thought, randomness in and of itself, it's when you experience it, sometimes I don't even think that you recognize that it's happening. You don't make the connection. But all the random. Time, I look up here, and I've got something on my screen that I've never seen before. That's how I came about with this whole thing on, what do you call this stuff? Rice paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then, guess what? Yolande was doing the thing on, and we had a great little conversation about it before her video.
Yeah, so Devin, that's Devin Rex for Art, did a live stream yesterday because she goes on Wednesdays as her regular day. And then prior to that, her and P were talking about, because P had said, oh my gosh, I have some information for you that you might be interested in before your stream. And then that has now led us to P exploring rice paper once again, perhaps with a more open mind and less,
The whole thing is, I'm a whole lot more advanced in my technique on the gel plate than I was back in the day. I know when to pull the sucker off there, and that's the key.
Timing. You have to learn timing.
You do not linger
no.
with the rice paper. It's a quickie.
Yes.
Of the highest order.
Of the highest order.
Of the highest order. So anyway, Mariah contacted the Yasutomo people, and they're sending us some stuff. And I found my Gassin paper.
Yeah.
And I actually...
Hopefully they're not watching and horrified by the way we're saying things.
I know. If you think my French is bad, try my Japanese. It makes the French look really good. I don't know what I did with my cute little sample thing that I had here, but anyway.
Oh, that thing, I still have it downstairs.
Oh, that's all right. We don't need
okay.
I don't really need to talk about it right now, because we're going to talk about that much later. All right, Mariah, I'm putting this up on top here so you can tell me where I put it. And somebody mentioned a color mixing book. Well, we're going to take a little break from the, or I'm going to say that Mariah's going to take a little break from, because this has to happen kind of in a live stream.
What?
But I want a paint mixing guide.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I
it
really
could be a whole series.
I want
8 days, 8 weeks, as many things as you want to mix, and we don't all lose our minds.
Things that you want to mix. But I really want to take a little time to really think about this and take notes and kind of...
We're better when she does when she's excited about the prep.
Yes, that's what made the video good.
Yes.
Because it kept me on task rather than having me squirrel over here and, go into all the variations.
But I can't make her do that all the time. She gets real grumpy.
I try, and I really, in my mind, I want to do that, and I want to not be, that.
Oh, Joan is excited. She says she has rice paper, and this will encourage her to try it again too. Because I think she probably had.
I think that there are probably
a lot of people with
out there
frustration.
going. Oh, Mark says he loves Yasutomo. All right, good. Then some people know about it already.
Oh, I think a lot of people do.
I do have this in my.
There have been a couple of
excited people about Yasutomo.
Bigger channels, bigger arty professionals than ourselves that have mentioned it a couple of times. We're not going to name them because they aren't mentioning us on their channel, so I'm not going to mention them on ours.
True.
Well, not that, but
that's how I feel about it.
Y'all know who they are.
And the whole thing about it is,
hey, Devin, we were just talking about you.
I'm being slightly facetious.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly.
She had a lot of ripping and sticking. Yes.
Ripping and sticking?
Mm-hmm, with the rice paper. Yeah, that's good. We're all going to revisit it together.
Yes,
we are. With better
success.
success.
Ripping and sticking. And that's not intentional.
Right.
Because Yolande was doing some ripping and sticking. And it was intentional.
Right. That was her goal. That was the...
She was just snorting through that rice paper.
I need to be topside?
You do need to be topside.
Okay.
And I will say, is anybody seen Lydia? Granito?
I think Lydia's probably at work.
Ah. Well, Lydia, I got the package, but I did not. I had to go make a run to the grocery store today with my darling little granddaughter, as she had some requests. And she doesn't really ask for a lot. I mean...
And it's best not to send her and Powsie by themselves.
Good God, no.
Bad decisions are just, one after another. They need an adult.
They need an adult to supervise them. And I supervised today and made them put back some stuff.
Good.
And said no more than once. To both of them.
Oh, Sophia says, Pete, talking about randomness in art, here's an artist, forget the name offhand, who did an entirely white canvas, huge ones. And the point was that they would change as the light changed in the gallery.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That is probably something that really most people understand. If you paint...
Oh, Lydia's retired. Okay, she's here. Sorry, Lydia.
Lydia? Okay.
She got
Yay! I applaud retirement. All right, so Anne Lar, is she here?
I haven't seen her pop in yet, I don't think, but she
does
know that I told her thank you because she was streaming.
Okay. It says, Dear Pete, just a little thank you for all your inspiration that you share with all of us.
That's sweet.
Cheers. And from Anne Lar.
Well, and then this one was looking for her books and going through, and I was like, what does the book look like? And she's like, oh, it's about Yay Big or whatever. And then she failed to mention, oh, it's the book in the little 3 series that has a box. I'm like, oh, I knew right where that was. But when I was looking for one book, I'm like, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, lady. It was in my bedroom because I like this. I think it looks cool.
Okay, so this has a history. Obviously, you can tell it's been knocked about a bit.
It's been loved
from 1963.
It's very cool.
Yeah, and it's a first edition. So even though it's in bad shape, yeah. I treasure it quite a bit. And Edward Gorey does the introduction to Masterpiece Theater, where the woman faints back over the tombstone, and it has cool music. Yeah. Masterpiece Theater watchers, you'll know what I'm talking about.
It's been a long time. I kind of remember.
All right, so here's this my sister gave this to me. She rescued it from a dump.
That's sad.
I don't know. She used to go with my dad when they would he was the ditch rider. And the ditch rider was to go along and make sure that the water was getting to the proper people for the proper amount of time. And it's quite a responsible
and the
job.
Stuff that falls into the ditch needs to be pulled out.
Yeah, with a weed hook. And he and my sister would, and she loved it.
Well, we as the grandkids, when he would go out and do the nighttime one and go look at the levels and everything, we always liked to ride along, and go look at it and use the spotlight if it was dark. I remember that. Well,
anyway, over by where one of the what do they call it? Where they put in boards to divert the water.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there was a dump. And somebody had moved out of these houses, the rental houses that were close to this farmer's, his little rental property, and they'd cleaned it out and just took everything out of the house and just dumped it. Mm-hmm. And she got quite a few books out of there, and some cool fabric and all kinds of things. My sister is
she's a finder of things.
She's a major scrounger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's where this came from, and it's the Vinegar Works. It's 3 volumes of moral instruction.
We all need
The Goshly Crumb Tinies, The Insect God, The West Wing by Edward Gorey. And each one of these little books, I mean, I had to do a little
mending.
I just shot some glue in there. I didn't want to over mend it. I want it to be. But look at these illustrations. Look at the expressions on those little children's faces.
I get that from my kid every once in a while. Especially when I'm talking too long, I'm like...
But see, Simon & Schuster, 1963. I don't even know if Simon & Schuster's in business.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
I did, Devin. But Devin says, by the way, Mariah, please thank P again for telling me about the Yatsutomo YouTube channel. Hey, and you missed the part, but we got in touch with them. They're going to send us some stuff, and then we're going to do a big old comparison and a big old love upon some Yatsutomo, because this one's going to find a new appreciation for rice paper and understand how to work it and let y'all know how to do it.
Well, you know what the thing is?
Because we are professionals, and dag nabbit, we should professional to y'all.
We should. We should show our best face.
We should.
And I am, I'm
for the challenge.
I told Mariah, I said, you know, I so felt for Yolande the other day, because I said, you know, Yolande needs somebody like you sitting across from her, reading the chat and that kind of thing, because you can't do what you're doing here and do that at the same time and do justice to either one.
It's just a juggle.
If you try to do it, I don't know. I've yet to see someone who is successful at it. Most of them just ignore the chat. Go on. Because they don't have, you know, once you break that concentration, look up there, then you've got to remember what it was that you were doing down here. And it's just yeah.
I know. Some days my person that's supposed to be on chat doesn't do, you know.
I know.
She gets a little distracted.
I'm not nearly as good at this as Mariah, but I'm not a social person.
Hey, you should get your husband involved. Maybe he would be into that.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Okay. This is the alphabet book, but it just has such marvelous.
Hi, Liz.
A is for Amy, who fell down the stairs. B is for Basil, assaulted by bears. C is for Clara, who wasted away.
Hey, this should be maybe one of the books for the inspiration.
Oh, absolutely. D is for Desmond, thrown out of a sleigh. E is for Ernest, who choked on a peach. F is for Fanny, sucked dry by a leech. G is for George, smothered under a rug.
Are you going to read it all?
I'm reading it all.
Okay.
H is for Hector, done in by a thug. Because I just, see the thug coming out there?
He needed to lower his...
I is for Ida, who drowned in a lake. J is for James, who took a lie by mistake. K is for Kate, who was struck with an axe. L is for Leo, who swallowed some tacks.
Just some naughty children.
M is for Maud, who was swept out to sea. N is for Neville, who died of ennui. O is for Olive, run through with an awl. E is for Prue, trampled flat in a brawl. Q is for Quentin, who sank in a mire. R is for Rhoda, consumed by a fire.
Mm-hmm.
S is for Susan, who perished of fits. T is for Titus, who flew into bits. U is for Una, who slipped down a drain. W is for Winnie, embedded in ice. X is for Xerxes, devoured by mice.
Mm.
Y is for Yorick, whose head was knocked in. Z is for Zilla, who drank too much gin.
There we go. No, it is not a children's book.
It is not a children. These are not children. This is not a children. Might be about children, but it's not
for children.
Probably.
And hello to everybody that's coming in.
I will read these to Izzy at some point in time, because
she has asked about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if you need any, instructing on.
All right, so you saw his style of
yes,
and so here's the sticker book, and I love this. And if Mariah acts nice,
she's gonna share some things with me, maybe.
Pardon me. I may share with her. I want to tape this down in the front of this.
Well, do you have tape? The baby came and I think took mine.
I've got tape, but it's in a precarious position. If I pull on it, it might fall off.
Okay.
Yeah. But aren't these just delightful? I love this. The flashlight is also a dominant element in the illustration on Masterpiece Theater. Plus, I love the music.
Oh, here, and Kathy, this is great. She says, because Eddie was like, oh, good. He was a little like, this book is violent. And then Kathy says, Eddie, that is the thing. But I grew up on these books. It's real. Centuries ago, people grew up learning about real life and therefore handled it better.
I really honestly think that's true. We put our children,
Oh, yes, careful, don't do this.
Swaddle them in cotton and...
Don't tell them about this. I try to be real with Izzy sometimes. Yeah. Most times, but there's some things that,
well, the whole thing about,
you don't want to damage them.
Yeah. And I know when I grew up, I went to funerals all the time. They were social events. You would get to see people that you never would otherwise see. You know, because it all come together when somebody died. I don't know why they didn't do it when they were alive, but people just didn't. But the only person missing was the dead person, so I guess it was really okay. But nowadays, people, oh my goodness, they would be horrified to even think that you're going to take your child to a funeral. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't think there's anything particularly bad about doing that.
Yeah, it's part of life.
I love that there's duplicates, because then I can share with Mariah and not feel, you know.
Oh yeah, if you read the original.
And there's different sizes. I love that too.
Size matters.
It does.
That is so true. Yes.
I just love this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Eddie says that his mother loved going to a wake, and he was dragged along.
Hey, the whole thing is, you know, those relatives that you only see once in a blue moon, you get reacquainted with them, and everybody, you know,
talks to
stories. Everybody else.
Yeah, it's kind of a way to.
Now, some of the funerals were teetotalers, but some of them had alcohol involved. And you'd always sneak a beer or two, and you know, go drink it under the lilac bushes.
You have such a weird. It's sort of like, you know, there was a movie with that scene in it somewhere. And then I'm like, is that true? Or is it just like how that, like, you know, there might have been some form of
I'm
that.
telling you,
Right.
It was true.
There was a lilac bush.
It was a lilac
and there was a
bush.
beer.
It was the lilac. I love the lilac bushes and mulberry trees. Oh my gosh! In the summertime, we would go barefooted.
Well, I remember out at
and climbing
Eva
that
Grace's.
Yeah,
and there
that
was
big old mulberry tree.
Well, no, there was that one that just covered the ground, and it was almost like a tent. It was really cool. Now the chickens would poop under there and all that too. You had to watch out for that, but, you know, and eat the berries.
Well, I preferred to pick them off the tree. I didn't eat the ones off the ground because
no, you don't eat the ones off the ground.
The ones in the ground usually had worms in them.
Well, chickens pooped on them.
Yeah,
or it was just chicken poop.
But anyway, you climb up in the tree and eat mulberries until you were absolutely, and then your feet would be purple. So before we went to church and, you know, put on white socks, well, a lot of times we went to church barefooted.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, you would have to get your feet Cloroxed to get the mulberry stain off.
Yeah.
And you'd be in big trouble if you did it like right before you were supposed to be getting ready to go to church. Yeah, that was when the ping pong paddle came out. That didn't have a ball attached to it.
Wasn't that it? Okay, what
am I doing today? Well, what I'm doing today, I want to
do my 17 and 18 card, but
Mariah wants to do her 17 8. Why don't you go ahead and do that, and I'll kind of get myself together over here.
Okay, you've got to watch chat a little bit.
I have to watch chat. Okay, let's see.
Ready.
Exposure is good, but love and explanation and release of feelings is most important. It certainly is. You must, you know, what do you call it? Debrief the child once these kind of things happen and make it perfectly acceptable for them to ask you questions. Don't be horrified at some of the questions they ask. Because,
yeah, I could tell, like, when we took Izzy, there were a couple times Brad was a little uncomfortable with, and I'm like, you have to understand she's processing this, and she's not, you know, it makes us uncomfortable because we've, you know, got these things already, like, you know, set in our brain, but, you know, she's asking because she's curious, or she says something in a way that it's like, well, that's certainly one way to look at it.
And he says the Irish wakes we went to always ended in a good fight. Oh, and there wasn't ever a holiday, especially Christmas. Somebody got drunk and, you know, everybody was irked and, you know, and whatever. And
that was a regular.
It was a regular event. I don't know that anybody, well, there were a couple of knockdown dragouts, but for the most part, it was just verbal.
Yeah,
verbal batter.
All right, I'm moving the camera. Y'all are coming over.
Oh, are they good for your stomach? How about that? We need to plant a mulberry tree, Mariah.
Okay, I'm kind of good with that. I mean, they're a hot mess, but that's okay.
Hey, you're shaking my avocado box there, sweetie pie.
I keep telling you that thing is just bad things waiting to happen. I'm gonna move you forward. Then I gotta flip. Hold on, y'all. how this happens here.
Oh, there you go. Violence is one way of dealing with grief, and I think that's something that happens. I don't know. They are a messy tree, but you know, the advantages to them are far exceed their. I don't think you should plant them in a walkway.
No,
certainly shouldn't plant them over your car.
No,
because the birds will eat the mulberries and poop on your car. And you have purple lavender.
Okay.
Somehow.
A couple of things that I may I have, please? Need the Blick. Thank you very much. I need a brush.
I just cleaned up the brushes. You should be ever so thankful.
I am.
What is that brush doing here on this? Belongs with the... I saved it. All right.
This one's going to be kind of a quick one because I already had this in mind and I really, I don't want to do a ton. Now, P was doing just, I think, this technique on Tuesday where, she'd done the one. This is with the washi tape. So, like, she has some stuff down and then she pulls it up and then she came back in with the...
Oh, yeah. I can't believe I let you have that one either.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I'm such a nice person.
You really are.
I really am a nice person. Silkworms eat the leaves. Oh, I don't know that we had silkworms, but we did have worms. But they build little,
Not you personally.
Yeah. they would build little cocoons on them and we'd just flick them off and... Because they eat the leaves, they don't eat the mulberries, so we didn't really care.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going ahead and sealing that just as is. Did you see how some of that blue came off? And that's just from the inkjet.
There you go.
Now, y'all didn't get a 17 that was like this, because this was special. I did it for myself, because sometimes...
It's kind of large.
I know. I wanted it to be, because I want it to run just like this.
So you're covering up... See, she's covering up a whole bunch of really nice gel-printed background.
That offends you?
It does, but I know it doesn't matter. I used washi tape to make blackout poetry on gel plate for my video for day 18. Oh, all right.
We love some we've done blackout poetry a few times.
Yes, it does take a special variety of tree for those silkworms. Ours are purple mulberries. I know they have a white mulberry tree, but number one, the mulberry, it's not as vigorous. So I think it's some kind of hybrid.
So you don't love it running... Here, can we focus on the art, for just a moment? Pretty please?
Okay, we can talk about art for a moment.
Okay. This was my plan, to run it here, and then I was going to, bring in some of this to kind of make it feel like it was sort of just bubbling out of there.
Oh.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, very good.
Oh, and Carl said the thing I regret most about selling my mom's house was letting go of the mulberry tree. Well, they do eventually die. I don't know. Gosh, that tree, I don't know how long it had been there, before we were born, but it was a huge tree. Big old fat tree. Oh, that sucks.
There we go. Bring that down just a little bit so I can trim it. There we go.
Oh, we're on Mariah's favorite card. Is that your favorite card?
It was, yes, definitely one of the ones I was looking forward to, because I sort of had it already planned out in my brain.
Ah.
And that's why I had the 17, because this was the full image of it. Like, on the free printable that I provided y'all, it's just the square version of it. But this had full. Because I wanted to do this. With the fun.
Where'd that come from?
From you. This is like blotter stuff from...
Mm.
And if you want to see us go through all of the, if you're new and wondering what's going on and, the Gelli postcard play and all that business, we spent a couple of streams getting prepped for all of this, and we went through and talked about a lot of these different napkin pieces and sort of what we thought.
Yeah, for sure. Because I used some of my cards too. The blotting stuff.
Yeah.
I want you to talk to him about your bracelet today too.
Oh, well, you can. Here, I'll show y'all. She's like, where did that come from? I said, well, I'm pretty sure you and Izzy. And Izzy doesn't like it for some reason.
I made it for Izzy, but she doesn't really like it, and it's too little for me.
I love it. I think it's wonderful.
Or I would adopt it.
I adopted it. And I want to keep this wrinkly. And hopefully not, I don't know, as I say this, I didn't want to get too much of the medium on there. So I want it to retain its napkin fluffiness.
It's napkin fluffiness. Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what I mean by that? You know what I mean?
Hello, Lisa. She just bopped in.
But now one of the ways to glue down these napkins and keep them fluffy is utilizing just a glue stick. But I am obviously not doing that because I was a little worried that with all of this acrylic paint and just slickiness of everything.
Somebody likes that hearts are going off.
Okay, good deal. That it wasn't going to stick. Because that's one thing you have to kind of be careful with in the glue stick situation.
Yeah, the glue stick situation is
that
just...
it doesn't always stick or stay.
Oh, hello.
Where are you helloing?
Helloing Kay.
Oh, hi, Kay Hingy.
Hingy and Rosemary from Houston. All right, fellow Texans.
Yes. But I'm really, this is turning out almost just exactly.
Bree likes that texture.
Yeah, as I had planned it to be.
Okay. Can someone please write Patricia's favorite color in the chat? Love that color and can't write it right to order online. Thank you. Yes, I will. I will show you the container. Actually, I have two. They're very similar. Try to get one that you can actually read the label rather than the one that has a whole bunch of stuff puked down the side.
Yeah, like, what was that? I don't know.
Okay, these are my two. Oh, it's not overhead right now.
You can hold it up to your...
Now, that being said, I also really like, and that's the funny thing about them is, they're all about the same color.
Yeah, they're just, versions.
Versions of. The orange, the quinacridone burnt orange, and this one is from Sennelier. I do like it, but here it is, and so you can see the swatch here, and then you can see the other two. Am I holding my hand right in the place where?
Yeah, pretty good. But if you hold on to just a second, I will bring it over here into the bigger camera. Because it's kind of small over there. That to butt right into.
Yeah, these, I couldn't do without these colors. I mean, I could almost do without black and white before I would do these, not,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm really happy I've got a backup on this.
Oop. All right, here, hand those over to me.
I just put them back.
Oh, well, I told you I was going to hold them in there. She still can't hear. She's going to go to the doctor, though. Any day now.
Yeah, any day.
Any day now.
Any day.
Oh, there's little bubbles there. There we go. Okay, so. Orange brulee.
Yeah, and that. Yes, the discontinued one is the quinacridone burnt orange.
Yeah, but if you go over there to Golden, they have
Golden's
how to mix it.
But, you know, they're all in the same basic ballpark.
Yeah. But, yeah, go over to Golden's website, and they have, and I think it was pretty prominent on their, I'm trying to think if it was on the homepage or if you had to kind of click over to some other information, but I feel like it was on the homepage.
Sorry about that. Did that make a big plunk in the...
It shouldn't have. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to cut it because if I start cutting it right now, it's going to pull and then it also gets sticky on my scissors. But isn't that cool? Just, you know, does it go this way or does it go this way? I don't know. Either way, I dig it. Ugh, the brush marks. That's my one gripe about doing that whole sealing in business. I just don't love brush marks. And I'm trying to keep them going because this is sort of a wood grainy kind of situation. So, trying to hide them within that. There we go. That's better. I don't know what's happening right there. We'll figure that out later. Okay, so that's number 17. Done. Pretty much. I will come back and do the things. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but we gotta let that dry. It won't take long. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. So that's number 17. That was yesterday. Today's the 18th. Let's get her done.
Let's get her done.
Look at that.
All right, Mariah, my daughter just learned she has a bone growing into the hearing space and that blocks sound regardless of a hearing aid.
Ooh.
She is going to... Oh, wow.
Audiologist? She's going to
I'd never heard of it. Holy cow.
Now, what are we feeling as far as position? Purple?
Susanna, if you are in Europe, Vallejo is still have some of these. It may be cheaper than Golden for you. Ah, thank you for that, Mo. Oh, I like that one too. I think I got the other half of that one though.
Yeah.
And I covered it up with a bunch of stuff. It's okay if I cover them up, but it's not okay if you do.
Yeah, I know. I've felt that. I have felt that.
Great 17, Mariah.
Thank you.
Miriam said that.
Oh, actually.
She said that's a very neat background there, Mariah.
Thank you.
Oh, do you want the bag of stuff?
You know what? I wanted to show you guys. Look at this. So, I think I get this because I don't, well, partially because I buy things from the post office online, like, you know, stamps and things. But I highly recommend going out and buying something from them. I don't know if you can just sign up for the little catalog thing, but look at that. Look. Look at all of these little stamp ephemera.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Oh, we should put Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the 17. Look at that. She goes really well there. Look at that.
I know. I think it's great. Well, my problem is I have to go to my regular doctor in order to get, you know, a hall pass to go to the specialist. And it just takes up a whole lot of really valuable time. You know, I like to deal with these things in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, you know, it gets really bad, so I feel...
Yeah, right. When, you know, basically near the hospital or at the hospital. Yeah, that's how she likes to deal with it. That's fine. Oh, and look, it even has a centerfold. How about that? some fun stuff. But anyway, Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you that are D&D fans.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if they have them at the post office. Like,
I've never seen this, and we go to the post office pretty often. Like, they don't have one that you could just grab up. I think you have to have had purchased online and to get onto this here mailing list. That's my assumption. But I knew y'all would be really excited about it. Let me know in the chat. Y'all excited? Give some woo woo. Because I was pretty darn excited. And you know I don't keep all those, you know, all that stuff. But okay. Double-sided tape. I'm not digging into the bottom of my drawer to find the one that would be the more appropriate size. So we're just going to alter this as we go here because I want to keep my cloth like rather than, you know, glued down plasticky clothy business. We're gonna do it like that. And we're gonna...
Oh, Missy Perry says I am literally cutting from that catalog right now as I'm watching your show.
So you got yours.
Oh, and Susan Billiou says, woo woo, very cool haul, Mariah.
And then I got, okay, so the little you know, value coupon thing. I should run down there and get it. 1 second. I will, because it's really good. I don't know if it's gonna go with one of these or not. But
hi, Sandy.
I loved the whole idea of this one.
Oh, Jeanette is going to see if she can get a transfer. That would be cool too.
Oh, from the book? From the stamp book?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea. Okay, this I want to bump up the color on. So I'm going to go ahead and seal it. So interesting how it pulls the color up when you add the medium to it from the inkjet. I just think that's such a nifty little thing. A nifty little thing to know. All right.
They're just chatting back and forth amongst themselves, Mariah, right now.
I do want to go down there because all right, I'll be right back. Like, just chat and don't go off subject too far.
You can step out and smoke and drink if you want. I don't know what she's going to get. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm dealing with less brain cells without my central AC. Oh yeah, I hear you. My goodness. I don't even know how we made it. Okay, Miss Berry, thanks, Cookie Wookie. This is my first time getting to join you live, although I've watched your show many times.
Shark Week. But I was thinking what would be really cool now, not necessarily, not with this card or whatever, but I just love the idea. And then if we could, like, you know, get the number, see, look at that. Then it looks like he's gonna eat it. So I'd really like to use the shark. So junk mail, you know, keep an eye out for fun things. This was on the envelope. I had to get real careful about getting it off of there. Anyway, I thought that was super fun too. I do collect things sometimes, y'all. I don't throw it all away.
Okay, I don't know. Anthony says new Barons are up.
Oh yes, he mentioned that earlier. Sorry.
2 with color wheels? What?
Oh good gosh.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to check that out.
Mm-hmm. Well, a little crazy there. I didn't want to necessarily do that.
Yes, and I am going to do some gel plating as soon as she, you know, and I'm not rushing her because I don't really care. The only thing, I just dug out some old stencils from the pile over here. I've got to make sure I get paint on every single stencil I have, and I think I managed to do that this morning. Found some that have not been used extensively that I thought it would be a good idea to.
Ooh, okay, and I've got some very exciting news for y'all because she went through her stamps and she has donated used ones because she's just running out of space. I mean, that's really, it's not about, like, you know, like at some point you have to realize, all right.
Well, and here's the thing. What I discovered is sometimes I have more than one.
Oh, that's true.
Because I would get the I would get the less than perfect one, yeah. And then later I would just incorporate the you know, ready for sale one into my. So there's a lot. I weeded all that out.
Good deal. She didn't let go of as much as I thought you were going to.
Well, as long as I can, and you will, I don't know if you've noticed back behind here where I've got them on the shelf in, like books now.
Looks a little better.
And I went through because I was really struggling. I wrote really tiny, but I discovered I could write bigger. And I did. So now I can read them.
Oh, Carrie says his number 19 card has a definite fishy theme tomorrow. Hint, hint, PM Artist Studio has bonus points on their website.
Oh, that's great.
I would assume.
I don't know. I'll have to.
I think
I'm going to get my fishy stamps out, and I happen to know just where they are.
Well, Carrie was the one who really said, I could tell because he asked about it twice. About Miriam's fish. So I made sure that whenever we sent out samples, I didn't think that, Miriam wanted all of them. Because again, it's a lot. Like, what are you going to do with all of them? I mean, sometimes it's kind of nice to have all of them, but it's not that necessary. So I split them up. We kept 2. I sent 2 to Carrie because he requested them. And then, the other 2. Oh, booger boo. See, now I really just thought about that I want that under there. Yeah, so just sharing the love. I don't love that that's right up against the edge there.
Yeah, I don't either. I think it's a bad design.
It's just hold your horses, lady. I'm doing things here.
I say. Oh.
There we go. Hey.
Holy moly.
What?
Anthony's color wheel barons are complete with a moving top showing color relationships. Be still, my beating heart. I absolutely, I just go bonkers when somebody mentions color wheel. Okay, so Sophia says, speaking of clearing things out and sorting out storage, I have a question.
Okay.
How does everyone store their Yupo stencils?
It just depends on where you're at in your collection.
Okay, so I have a pile of that behind me. I did lessen it. I put some in the box, Mariah.
In the giveaway, all right.
A lot of times what I will do is I will put the 8.5 and then the 5x7 in there, because if I've got the other one and it's the same pattern, same size, I don't need that.
Right.
I mean, I think it's just... Now, there are some cases where I do keep the smaller one because it's a different size. I mean, not size, it's a different scale.
Thoughts, feelings, irritations?
I like that you pulled that away from the edge.
Thank you.
It's going to need a new BA. What is that? I don't understand that. I don't know what BA is, Diane.
I don't like that.
Yeah, Carrie keeps his in ring binders with page protectors, and the large ones are in file folders.
Yes.
12x12 iris containers. I don't know what that is.
What am I looking for?
Brayer Baron, yeah. Barons.
Baron.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's up. I just, most of mine I have in like file folders. And see, I write on them. So they're sticking out. Like this one's all about circles. So what would I expect to find in here? Oh my gosh, look
Maybe
at that.
circles or not, but
this really needs to be retired, but the reason I haven't retired it is because it's an original.
Yeah.
And it's got the taped parts on it. I mean, both sides are really cool. This looks like rusty turquoise. And then this looks like turquoise with rust.
Rusty turquoise or turquoise with rust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things.
And I don't know, why is my little cute little dadgummit, I was looking for that and I just knew
I just knew it.
I just knew it was somewhere.
This blue business, I'm turning a little bit more purpley so it matches because I like that, and I'm kind of crazy about those sorts of
things. My goodness, look at the patina on that baby.
Does that excite y'all? You're in the right place.
Oh, and here is a altered circle. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that.
Doesn't even have any paint on it. I don't know what the hell is up with that. I better hide it because Mariah will be snatching it up, sending it off. And here's one with paint on it.
I will.
I'm just showing them the stencils while you're messing, Mariah. I don't want to hurry you.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, these are stuck down so bad.
I'm calling that one kind of done. Like, I like it. See that? What do y'all think? Thoughts?
I agree. I mean, I think the background... Now, I do have a moon here. I don't know that it's the right color.
I don't know that it does not really add to the theme.
Yeah,
I do like it. Ooh, look at that, though. That's kind of cool.
Let me see.
That purple's a little off, but...
Well, I don't think it's off. It's just different.
Yeah, well, that to me is off.
Mariah, it doesn't have to match the couch.
I like it to match the couch.
That is... I can't believe that she said that. I'm going to wash her mouth out with lye soap as soon as we get through here. And here's another one of mine. And I think I actually glued this one down. And the gluing down is really okay, but it takes for bloody ever. Look at that patina.
So if you have purchased multiple, I think those are the outer, or some of the outer inner bits to the nested circles. So if you have multiple sets of the nested circles, you could actually create your own, because what is that? That's Uncle Joe in the Coffee Buddies. That's the original.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This stencil, okay, well, number one, I think it's like the first iteration of this stencil, and I've cut it out and mucked it about and everything else.
That's rusty
But it
ribbon.
weighs about 5 pounds.
That's the original.
That's the original.
I don't know what that started out as, or is it just a piece of... Because I don't even think that's Yupo.
I don't know. It's covered up so much I can't tell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because that even started before we started making stencils.
Yeah, so now I have it in this form, which I really like it a lot.
I just do.
And I'm really happy to find... I might pull some of these out. And...
How am I losing things? Okay, are you watching chat? I don't think you're watching chat.
I'm not. Do you ladies use magazine pages in these collages?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
We really have... here's the thing about the whole magazines. We don't have many of them anymore. Some people have sent us things. A lot of times I have a hard time finding the things that have already been cut out. So we are enjoying these collage books that have images in them because they're sort of curated, and that's
I'm going to
very
keep that
nice.
out. That could be a good one for what I want to do today. I like this little dude.
Okay, I'm digging on that. I'm not gonna do this top corner. I just kind of wanted to. So there we go. Number
Did you
7.
glue the moon down?
No.
Oh.
Because I just, I didn't love that.
Okay.
If anything, I'm gonna put Ruth Bader Ginsburg on this, but I don't know if 17 and Ruth have any connection, and that I need to do research.
Remember, I made, well, actually more than one. I don't know how many books I've actually made using circles, but I'm very fond of circles. I have circles in all different
Okay,
forms.
are you ready?
I can be here shortly. Let me get my circles taken care of here.
And do you have, may I have a wet wipe, please?
Oh. It's my last wet wipe. I need.
Oh, okay. Well, I can make that happen whenever the camera's over there. Okay, how about adding strings? Strings to this one?
Adding what?
I don't know if she means the 17 or 18.
I'm going to keep this out and see if I want to use it today.
And look at that. I did one landscape and one portrait. I noticed in Carrie's last video, he talked about how he was kind of aware that most of his, I think, are ending up landscape. Is that right? I was trying to be kind of aware of that as well. 18. Oh, here. This needs to go in the water, but I did squeeze it out.
I just got new water. Okay. I love these and I want to share these.
You think it needs more strings? Okay. Well, I'll kind of think about that and work on it. And if I add some other things, I'll pass it through. But let's move you back over.
I'm holding the box.
Second, and I will flip.
All right, I've got these two prints, and I just, I'm so excited about them because I kind of was just messing around with the paint and I had on the plate, you know how I do, because I pulled, and I came up with these two, and I thought they looked so awesome. I just had to share them. Look at that wonderful texture down there. Isn't that great? Oh, and then I used Izzy's little, she was funny. She said, Gigi, are you going to use those? These little things.
You can.
I don't know what they came with, but.
Yeah, I can't remember what those, because it came with like a set of something.
Yeah, and I got the one that has a little wider teeth. They make great. I know. I was using the open paint to pull more than one, and I had a bunch of stuff left on the plate.
Bye, Trish. Thanks for hanging.
Okie-dokie. And I do not want to lose this, so I'm going to stick it up here on my. Dadgum magnets. They stick together like a.
Like a magnet?
Yeah.
It's not. There's an easier way to do it.
There's an easier way to do it?
There is.
Well, where were you when I was struggling? I'm going to put my one little thing up here on this board thing so I can see it. If I can't see it and it's in a drawer someplace, chances are it ain't going to be used.
It ain't happening?
Yeah. It ain't happening. Alrighty. So, what are we going to do first here? Alright, well, let's bring out my... I have these categorized, and I want you to really appreciate my categorizing. And I found this stencil, and remember I got this one because it had some bad places on it. So I cut around the edge. The only thing I really don't like about this dude is it's muy fragile. Now, it comes with a border around it.
Which makes it less fragile.
Yeah.
So this was self-inflicted fragile.
Yeah, okay. So I'm pulling this up because I really do want to start getting some paint on it so it's not so sticky.
Like, please note, like, seriously, this comes with an entire border. This is...
that goes all the way around. I just took it off.
Warped. What is this?
And then I broke it in a couple places, so I just took out some more places to make it look intentional. Intentional. And I've got these fabulous prints that I pulled earlier today, and what you saw was the remnants on the plate from these. So we're going to do this stencil on these. And what I'm doing is I'm making the little things that you get in the when you order something. Those are made by moi. And I'm trying to get my...
Oh, Kim, we try to get things out. Now, when we have like a big like sometimes some of the bigger channels that debut stuff, like when Foil puts out thing, like that gets a little nutty around here, and so it'll push out things 2 days. That's usually the most that anyone will have to wait for an order of ours to go out.
Okay, I'm doing something here that I don't usually do. I'm going to use white with a transparent red iron oxide. And the reason I'm using this is because it's open. I want it to...
Y'all mark that on the calendar, seriously.
What?
Y'all are seeing something that very rarely happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I really love the transparent red iron oxide. You need to get that in all of its forms. Fluid, high flow, heavy body,
and let
open, shut.
Yeah, and let Golden know we sent you.
Yeah, please do. When you place that order,
yeah,
let them know. Actually, I think they know about us because
I don't know.
We're some of their biggest fans, and they know that. Okay, so we're just gonna swish this around a little bit, and the reason I don't care that it goes opaque is because I'm going to be using this stencil, right? This stencil. And I'm going to, can you see that in there? I need to add a little yellow. That's not quite the right color yet. No problem. We know how to make that happen.
And hello to everybody that's coming in. Like, hello, Amy, Imelda, hey, Kim. Hi, Carla. I don't know if I said hi to Carla earlier or not. I know some of y'all came in when P was reading, and I try to say whisper hellos. You've got your dingy bell thing on. I don't really like.
Well, you can just, you know, do like this and mouth it.
I do. I usually say.
Okay, look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't that wonderful? That is a wonderful, wonderful, warm yellow.
That is now opaque.
That is now opaque.
Making things opaque is easy. Making things transparent, not so much.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I don't know that you can.
You can. It's just not really going to be probably what you think it's going to be.
Well, I don't know what that is or from whence it came. But, you know, nothing around here is pristine, so what the heck?
What the heck?
Oh, look at that.
Hello, Jose.
Such a good job on that brayer off there.
Welcome.
So proud of myself. All right, so we're going to get this down. And like I said, I want to get some paint on this dude. What I'm doing is I'm turning it over and getting its other side, the side that, you know, doesn't stick down, right?
Down.
So we got that. Now I want to pick up the lines on this more than I do the outside. So I'm going to put this piece of paper down here. About ready to retire this. It's I think I've used up all of
its available space.
All of its available space.
It's now just paint on paint.
It's just paint on paint, and it's not picking up very good. And you know, that's what I use it for. But
yes, and the stencil was the warp, time warp stencil by Carrie.
Oh, I was just going through my. Okay, I'm retiring that. That is officially done. I'm throwing it down on the floor.
It's called time warp.
Officially done. And that will go into the box. You will receive some of these. I don't know that you'll be thrilled about it, but nonetheless, you'll be getting some. Okay, so I want to make sure. Now, here's where there's little points. You always want to do a very vigorous rub. You can do it with your fingers if you're so inclined. I'm not, because it makes my fingers break out and be angry, and it hurts. So what I'm doing is I'm using the rubby ball side, and I want to go and check those barons out so bad. I need another baron like I need a wart on my butt, but you know, they're just so gorgeous.
Just gonna start a collection.
Yeah. All right, I think I did a pretty good job getting up a lot of that. And this will go over here and become another very interesting. Okay, I still got paint down here that I can get up. And now that I've got that taken care of, I can put that over there.
That there, and this over here, and
this over here.
And they're singing the Time Warp in the chat. Very nice. Love it. That ain't the one. It's just a step to the left.
Step to the left and a step to the right.
Put your hands on your hip and
okay, well that really wasn't what I wanted to happen there. There was more there than I thought. Lost a lot of really cool stuff there. That kind of irks me a little bit.
She's only slightly miffed.
Slightly miffed. It's only paper. And I can probably bring that back. Maybe it's just this yellow that's not
acting right.
Oh, I think I finally, you know, now that I've screwed up the one that was really good.
Rhonda liked that. She liked the yellow print.
She likes the yellow print? Good. All right, I'm going to put this one back down. See if I can get some more.
Some more?
More to come off here.
Some more.
Because remember, I do have some open paint here. Well, I don't know what the heck that is. Some kind of foreign material. All right, there. That looks cool.
Foreign material.
Yeah, foreign material was sticking up here. I don't know if it's from the print or a little piece of tissue paper. Imagine that.
Now, you have to be sure to use Caleb's thing today.
I already...
Oh, you did? Oh,
check it out.
Paying attention. Oh, did they see that?
Who? Caleb? No, I did it after they left.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh. I should have showed him before I did it.
Well, I was thinking you were going to do it on stream, and I think he was too. That's what she does. She just...
I'm sorry, Caleb. I apologize.
Here. What do you think of that, Lisa Mingus? Look at that. That's some slow gluing right there. And I didn't subject y'all to it. What? You need to hold that up and not give that face and be more like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
And hold it in the camera right.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
Well, I was hoping you'd hold it in there like, you know, like you would look at it.
Is this good?
No, I'm not happy with what you're doing.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do. Oh. All you had to say was orientation.
Orientation, Patricia.
Orientation, you know. Give me a
get it right.
Landscape, not a... God,
and I blended.
I understand.
Blended two different purple strings because I wasn't really sure exactly.
Oh, seriously.
Of what that one was. Look at that.
Well, there you go.
And put purplish around the 18. Okay.
Over and under.
She didn't
over and under. All right.
The proper
well, because you didn't get to see this, I'm going to go ahead and do another. And here's what's cool. Okay.
Oh goodness, both color wheel bearings are sold. They went out and bought it. That's good. Keep her from buying things. See, Anthony knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Dadgummit. Well, can I still see a picture of him at least?
Oh, yeah. I think he showed it over there at Makers.
Okay, so I'm going to... Now, I have to think about this. God, my brain. Okay, this is a new stencil.
Oh, okay, good. Sophia was asking about this. So talk through it again. I still don't. It, like, doesn't...
What?
I know the front and the back of the stencil just simply because how we cut it.
I just feel it. You can feel a little ridge on one side, and then on the other side, you can feel that it's smooth and it doesn't have little ridges.
Smooth side down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Other side. I don't know that it makes a whole lot of difference on this one because it's not really... All right, but here's what I have to think about. I don't want to cover up everything here. I want to just have the dots.
Yes.
Okay? Everybody got that?
Yeah, so you need to pull the paint through the stencil.
I need to pull the paint through the stencil. And I'm going to get rid of some
You
stuff.
need to keep it in the area. Otherwise, you're going to have... Okay. She knows what she's doing, but I'm explaining it to the folks at home who may be new to this whole situation.
Hey, you know, you just go right ahead. All right, now I need to talk about a color to use here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking... Because I've already obliterated a lot of the...
Yeah, it's funny how he did some little, you know...
Yeah.
I don't know if it's graffiti or... what that boy was doing, but we hooked him up with
I'm just thinking
markers.
black.
Yeah, do it.
I'm just really honestly thinking black. And I've got black open here. I don't know that I need black open. But, you know, I've got it and it's not a big deal. And we'll just, yeah.
Yeah.
Use it. And it's it's carbon black. So I know it's not the brown black. And it's nice and heavy body.
Oh, Carol says that if you want to get some of it back, you could try using a thin rag or wipe it with 91% alcohol on it. It will lift off the acrylic.
Oh. That's Chucky darns. I'm already committed here.
But that's good to know.
Did you go and fetch me some more?
No, I didn't, but I can.
Well, if you would, I'd be ever so grateful because I'm down to a semi-dry one here.
Yeah.
And what is this? A little tiny piece of really cool tissue paper. All right, we'll put that over there. And what I was thinking about, because using the open acrylic here, heavy body open acrylic, number one, it's going to come through my stencil really well. And I'm not having to be all, you know, uptight about how fast it's drying or anything, because I know I'm good. And I like that little extra. Like I said, I don't know on this one. Usually I can tell, but I can't not tell on this one. All right, I don't want... Okay, this is gonna be tricky. We're gonna do some stuff here that's kind of...
Oh, cool. Anthony just ordered more color wheels.
Oh.
To make more. I guess he knows this is a hot item. He's on it.
Excellent. See, I didn't want this outside stuff. And it's okay if there's a little bit of a halo there. I can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is really getting on my very last nerve here. I don't want to take up dots of color, but I do want to take up
edges.
Edges.
Oh, sorry, Mo. Yeah, this is rusty rivets. Think. Yes, rusty rivets. Because it's like, you know, rivets that got rusted out.
And if I was smart enough, I could figure out, you know, which side I need to put down so I'm not rubbing my hand through it. But I guess that hasn't happened yet. We live in hope.
Yes.
Caleb, I'm doing an extra good job here for you, buddy. I'm really, really, really sorry because I didn't, you know,
she didn't understand the...
I didn't understand. But here, look, you can see the backside. Look how cute it is.
Look at that. Thanks, Mo. Mo has put the link to Rusty Rivets there in the chat. For those of you that are new, we do try to... Mo is... she's the the quickest link puller in the West. Most of us don't even try anymore.
She's kind of, everybody
does
just
it
like,
faster.
Mo'll get it.
Mo's got it.
Mo's got it.
But Mo is Cookie Wookie there in the chat, and she is the dropper of the stencil links for Showa. Look at that. Look at you. And I like that it does have somewhat of an edge.
It does.
It really kind of nods to that
All right,
little bit
I'm
of
going to hand that
feel.
to you because I think Caleb really wanted it back.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he really did. Really did. Okay, well, let's put some black dots on this bad boy.
Mm-hmm. Some of these, and it's funny because here lately, like a lot of the newer ones, especially if Brad just puts them in, because then I don't have that connection of like the whole process with them. I don't remember their names as much. Because that whole typing it in, it seems to help my brain remember.
All right.
I love that too.
I'll show you that in a minute.
Okay.
That up there. All right, now let's find a good... Oh. This print right here.
Val says she loves that P.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm totally depressed on this color wheel thing, except I'm really happy. I know I'm obsessing and compulsive. I do not need another brain.
No.
Baron.
No. Now, if you were to give up the ones that you have...
Well, I can't give up PMR Studio. That's like...
I know.
But I mean, maybe I could give up the other one. I don't know. Look at that.
Isn't
Isn't that...
like a trade-out program or something?
I mean, you know...
I love that.
And look, we've got some lovely, luscious, yummy
Hi, Monroe.
stuff
Thanks for hanging.
to pick up here.
Pick it up.
And because it was open, and plus we have a wonderful brayer off here. We can just keep going on the brayer offs. I mean, you know, they just perpetuate.
They're like bunnies.
They are.
Brayer offs are the bunnies of printing.
I mean, it's very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
You have to sort of know it was there.
You know what it looks like?
What?
It looks like when people do that citrus solve kind of technique. Because you know how it sort of bubbles out or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
It has that feel to it. And Mo is giving you brown hearts.
I know. We both love the same thing. All right. So now we're going to do something. This is a new experiment. Mariah?
Yes.
I ask you to get the liquid bottles over here. We're going to make some transparent white. Well, it's not going to be transparent.
Liquid bottles over here.
And
oh, these things?
all right, this is almost gone.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Glazing liquid, gloss, and airbrush medium. I think you want glazing liquid.
You think?
Slow drying extender for acrylic colors.
I don't want an extender.
Well, I think this is kind of the same. Designed to modify gold and fluid acrylics. This just makes it more, decreases clogging, reduces tack, and makes frisket work easier. What the flip is frisket?
I don't know what a frisket is.
Works well on clothing.
Oh.
That's kind of good to know.
That is good to know.
Next time we do.
I think that's it. Well, I want some of that.
You want some of that?
All right. So is this clear?
I would assume so.
Well, it reduces tack. That means it dries fast. Makes frisket work easier. I don't know what frisket is. Does anybody out there know what frisket is?
I would assume that has something to do with the whole airbrushing business. Frisket is masking fluid.
Produced with 100% polymer dispersion. Not for use with golden airbrush colors or varnish. Dried film has a transparent, translucent wax-like. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what we want. Wax-like. And I don't...
Please note, everyone at home, we've never done this. We don't know what the hell we're doing. And, you know, this could go badly.
It says you can use it for golden acrylic mediums or water. For slower drying, use golden acrylic glazing. See?
I can't... Have you done brushos on the plate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So
now,
yes, Chiquita. It's just been a while.
It's been a while, and I didn't. I had to get after it right away because it will stain.
Because it's pigment. It's like straight up pigment, so it embeds into the plate much more so than a lot of other things.
I just used it.
She likes to keep her plates clear.
I do because I want to know what the flip's going on. All right, Golden, you need a bigger tab on the edge. Because if I didn't have that pokey tool, I would be in trouble.
That'll cost you.
I would have to pass it over to Mariah. All right, so here's what we're going to do. And see, you think you've already got it? Well, there's another little thin layer.
Membrane.
There's a membrane there.
That's funny.
Hanging out, you know, making you crazy and whatever. But it does arrive unadulterated in the mail. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take our titanium white in high flow acrylic, and I've only got about this much down here in the bottom left, okay? I'm going to add some of this watery stuff.
Just going to add quite a bit of that watery
I'm going to add quite a bit.
I felt like that was more than
some kind of an echo. Oh, yeah. What? Okay.
The voice of reason
We've got
sitting
balls.
across from you.
What?
It's the voice of reason sitting across from you.
Voice of reason. All right. So let's check this out. Here it goes. First, rattle. You need to have those balls rattling around in there to make sure that you are sufficiently
airbrush medium.
Airbrush medium.
Supposed to make it more watery.
More watery, but I'm hoping.
And a glaze finish.
I'm hoping that this is now going to be suavecito and semi-transparent. Holy crapola, looky there.
Take that, Liquitex, with your transparent white.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
We made our own.
We made our own. Where's my dadgum stencil?
Very expensive golden version.
Okay, I'm going to put that side down, even though it's probably going to...
And it's not crazing too. I thought it was going to craze like crazy.
But see, that medium is what keeps it from crazing. And I can shoot some of that into these over here that I want to be not so...
Crazy. She's worked out some things. Ooh, I love that. It looks milky and drippy.
A little bit more of the...
Yeah, get your bearing out of after that. Stop banging.
I'm just gonna pound on it. Makes me feel more better. I love that.
Oh, that's smart. So Sophia says, oh, she has some of that. It's great for adding to white or black and then using in the fine liner bottles for scribbles.
Oh, check it out. Some of the
It to be releasing the black from previous.
It is. Oh. I need to get a piece of paper down on that bugger.
Clear gesso, not textured one, reduces crazing when you put it on first. That's what Darcy says too. So that makes sense. Okay. We're learning things today, y'all.
Well, I think that looks cool too.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's necessarily...
Well, you could spray it or use your color washes on top of it.
Absolutely. All right, now we know that this has got some black on here still, so we're going to do a little...
But look at, did you see that kind of shimmery, oh, good God, with you and the bell. The finish.
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm going to take that bracelet away from you.
I'm kind of dragging it through the gravy, too.
See, that's another reason. Chiquita likes your bell.
Thank you. It's keeping away the evil spirits.
Probably the good ones, too.
All right, we're going to shoot a little of this on here. And I want to make sure I brayer real carefully so I'm not sucking up my black.
Sophia said, Mariah, it's like a bell on a cat's collar. You can tell when she's coming, so she can't sneak up on me. I know that's right. I actually, they did have a bell on the cat. I took it off because it makes me crazy. I'm sensitive.
Izzy wants wind chimes and her mother won't let her have them.
Oh my God, Brad showed me this meme thing the other day. It was so great. So this vine had grown out and it was kind of far away, but it had grown and wrapped around the wind chimes, and then somebody comment, or they did like a text overlay, and it did shh.
It what?
It went shh.
I think that there's something morally wrong with somebody that doesn't wind chimes.
I went out in a storm and took down wind chimes because I had them far enough away that it didn't really bother me, but in a storm, I could hear it. And I'm like, no, that ain't happening. I am dedicated to my irritability. The bongy ones I'm less annoyed with. If they kind of boom, 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 that sort of sound. But the high-pitched ones, I just really...
I love all of them.
Tinkly ones just...
I love all of them.
Put me in a rage. Oh, no, I do not like it.
I don't know how long this stays, like sticky or whatever, but we're giving it a whirl.
All right. Seeing how sticky is.
Well, I think it's kind of giving up the ghost there, so we'll just move right along. Get some more stuff down here on this air plate. I don't know if we can use this for anything.
I like that, Mo. That's good.
No, I'm not going to spend time tearing that apart because I don't really care. Okay. What do we got next here? Let me see what my next...
Yeah, the deep ones I'm totally fine with. Yeah, that's kind of a cool sound. That high-pitched stuff just makes me... All right, what are you doing over there? Do you need assistance?
No.
Okay. Oh, Sophia, so I wore some of her earrings the other day, and there's one of them that's a little more chingly than the other one, which was making me really crazy. Those one blue earrings with the little, like almost cowbell kind of situation. And I was like, well, I already had them on, so I don't like
Okay, I'm just so excited about, I don't know, y'all may just be bored to tears, but I'm just going to see what happens when we mix this with, say,
this here is Peace Circle Rings of Madness.
It is.
If you want to make your own, you can do that. If you buy the 44 circle.
I think I kind of want to keep into the brownish grungy range here. Where in the... Oh, there we are. Oh, Van Dyke. This is just fluid acrylic.
Night, Carrie. Thanks for hanging. We'll see you in the morning if you want to We only got about 20 more minutes. I'm looking forward to number 19. It's going to get fishy.
I want to see what happens when you mix this with paint. Because I think that
paint, not just, fluid.
Yeah, not just
that fluid
see
stuff.
If it kind of, holds its
you can really see how shiny. That shininess is that stuff.
Isn't that? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's very painterly. I like it. Well done, P. Kathy M is doing a long haul right now with your P circle rings of madness.
Oh, it is a good one to do that with. Mm-hmm. It really honestly is. Okay, I've got that down. Now I need to get this up. Oh, yeah. Look at how cool that looks. This is my brayer off.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well done. Your accidental art.
I'm retiring that. That's going to go over there.
Well, it's sort of planned. She's becoming more aware of what's happening with her brayer offs. Let's just say that.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. Hey, airbrush fluid. Bueno.
And that sheen that Mariah was talking about, it's not metallic. It's just that surface quality of the paint.
And I'm sure that as it dries, it probably keeps that.
I'm assuming so. We'll have to check that out and see. Okay, this is some cool stuff out here. I don't know if I can pick it up.
All right, we'll try to hurry back, Susan.
What is it?
She's got to go move the water.
Oh. Oh, and Cookie says, order your 44 circle rings of madness.
And make
your own. It's really...
and you'll have extra.
And you will have extra.
That's not even close to all of them.
Okay, now look at this.
Love that. That's nice, too. Like, so it's sort of open. Because it's still giving.
It's still giving.
It's
and there's...
But
and
it's
I'm
not
seeing some other stuff down there.
But it's not sticky.
It's not sticky. No, it is not. That good point. Okay, I've got to locate some more of my... All right, let's work with this one.
Oh, yes, that's so true, Sophia. She says that heap of papers that she showed with her ink spot stripe stamped all over them contained a lot of brayer-off papers. The brayer-off papers are great to make pattern papers from with your stamps. Now, everybody look away. This stencil is going to make you ill.
All right. So I'm taking some of this Da Vinci Prussian blue hue, and I'm just going to, gently squish it out there in a couple of different spots. Well, 4 or 5. And I'm going to take my new, most wonderful
white mixture,
transparent white mixture, and muss it about with this. And this stencil is probably going to be pretty good because the other side of it was nice and free of paint.
Ricky says she has a bottle of that airbrush medium because she lives here in Arizona for the longer dry time. So it kind of is somewhere like a, it's not as open as an open, which is kind of nice. It has that cool sheen to it. We're learning things. I'm jingling all the way. That's trippy. We should address, because Kim's here. Kim, you still here? Regarding the paper situation.
What paper?
And the metallic, because she was using the metallic.
Oh, yes.
Paint.
You just didn't let it dry long enough, sweetie. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You've got to leave it on there, say, 2 or 3 hours, depending
and when she's saying that she means, so whenever you put down your pole color, which if it was a metallic, that's fine and all that.
Put your paper on, and then you let it dry. Long time.
Long time.
Long time.
Like, your paper should not feel cold or anything like that.
No, it should not.
Looky there. Oh, that's fancy.
That is fancy. And now I'm going to grab something else here and get some more off here because I just think I can. But I think what I'm going to do on the next one is I'm going to mix my color. Look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous color?
Rhonda, she says, which is why most of us have more than one plate to work on because, yes, the whole waiting business can get a little, maddening for the impatient printer, which I think a lot of gel printers are because they like this whole, it's a very interactive thing when it's interactive, but when you're waiting for paint to dry, it's not so interactive.
No. Unless you want to go out for lunch or whatever. Okay, now I got an idea for this one too.
Oh, Sharon says it's amazing how many of the YouTubers say to wait 5 minutes or so in that situation. And, well, it just kind of depends on where you're at and what paint you're talking about.
You can't say, there's no given.
No.
You're just going to have to experiment with your area and what works.
Oh, sorry, Dawn. I'm sorry. I will probably till who knows when. So, For Grace Creations is Dawn. And then Crafts and Giggles is Kim. But y'all came in around the same time, and for some reason my little brain just keeps putting, one with the other. Apologies for that. Yeah. She had the issue too, but she's Dawn. I'm pretty sure it was Dawn. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I hope that's cleared up.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully that made sense.
Now, the thing that I love about this new white thing is it is opacifying, but it's not like totally blocking out. It's still ever so slightly
semi-transparent.
Semi-transparent. Thank you, Mariah.
You're welcome.
Words.
Words.
Okay, look what's happening here. So cool. Love, love, love it. I'm just going to leave it alone. But what I really like about it is look how nice and
now that one's crazy in here.
Dispersed it is. It's not just like, one big glob here and one big glob there. Yeah. And the more I talk, the more little cells I'm getting here.
Mm-hmm. Opacification.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here.
All right, we're starting with the new because I just love this so much.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So where Rhonda is, she's coastal, so it can be misty and damp in the morning, but then hot and dry in the afternoons. And so it just from that bit of time change, it can change like how your paint dries, and even probably how your plate reacts. We've even noticed that like with the Cricut mats, depending on the weather, they act differently. The stickiness of them, love that. Very pretty.
Isn't that wonderful?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try it with another color. Are y'all getting kind of sick of this?
You got 10 minutes. I don't know. I think everybody's pretty.
Oh my gosh, look at this brayer.
That looks fabulous. I was like, can you peel it? And I could put a chunk of that on here. Eddie glued down some brayer skin on one of his cards.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. Actually, what's your 17?
I think I'm going to put this up and...
Because he used the 117, although I want... Eddie, are you here? Eddie? Are you still here? Because I'm going to talk to you directly because I have like one little critique. And I meant to write it
I'm going to bring this one back and put this one up because I really do want to... I don't know if it's time to pull it or not, but I'm going to try. Because that is such a remarkable. All right, what are we going to use this time? I think it really worked with the looser paint, and I've got a little issue here with my cord on my...
Yeah, watch your cords.
Hope-de-do. All right, we'll just quit turning that because that's going to cause a problem. Let's come over here and let's do...
Dawn says no, can never get sick of this girl. She likes it. Wow.
All right. We haven't used green.
Ooh, Joni Morose just said, Jenkins green, please.
Okay, well, here's Phthalo. This is close.
Okay, Eddie said
and it's
good.
high flow, and the reason I wanted to use the high flow is I wanted to see what happens when the high flow gets put with the...
I would like you to use either... You've got to add a little bit of yellow.
To this?
No, I'm talking to Eddie right now.
Oh.
To his number 17, like to the number 17, the blue part around it. That blue didn't match up to the rest of the more tealy color on the cart. But I think you can get there just by simply adding like just a little color wash, a little yellow. If you have a water, water-based marker.
Check it out, Mo. I'm browning it out.
Yes, I knew the paint. Yeah, the paint skin was on the number 17. With the butterfly,
look at that.
Which I like.
Isn't that just gorgeous?
That's weird.
I want everybody to really appreciate this quality of dispersion of paint. And then there's
I'll take a screenshot of that.
There's a paint booger right there.
Trinket.
Trinket.
Eva might be watching it. Ooh. Hey. I don't hate that green. I don't, that one doesn't, annoy me.
It's a gray green. All right, now let's just kind of let it do its thing there.
Yes. Yes, that is the address, Dawn. And hopefully that doesn't offend you, Eddie. I didn't mean to like call you out on the stream and whatnot, but I was just thinking about it because I was thinking about the 17 and you can tell me to just bugger off.
Yeah, you can tell her to bugger off, and I do. Because sometimes she's just wrong. It's hard for her to say and accept. All right, what do you think? Is it time? Should we get
it down there
a little bit more?
No, because I like that there's some... Okay. There you go. Because the thing is like more happen as you're swooping it down, too.
Yeah. This is very true.
Yeah.
Woofing.
Woofing.
You gotta back off on the woofing.
P&M, how is gouache on the gel plate?
Good question. I have some stuff that I thought was gouache, but it really wasn't. Somebody told me it wasn't.
Yeah.
They said it wasn't the real deal, and it just kind of put me off on gouache.
It's just I was off on the gouache.
I'm off.
We don't really know. That's kind of the quick of it there, but it's a lot.
The whole thing about gouache is most of it is opaque.
Yeah.
You have to realize that at the get-go. It all has some white in it.
I thought gouache is like tempera paint, right?
It's sort of, it acts a lot like tempera paint, yeah.
I mean, what's the difference between gouache and tempera?
Probably the price.
Oh, the price.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Ooh.
This is like
three-dimensional.
A flooded mountain stream.
Mm-hmm.
With the sunlight glittering on it.
Oh, yes. Like from the reflection of the leaves in the sun, Mm-hmm.
I love the flat quality.
Oh, Eddie says his next video, he's working on it now. He uses acrylic gouache metallics on the gel plate. Well, there you go. Watch Eddie.
Watch Eddie. We'll let him screw up his plate.
Yeah. What are your thoughts and feelings on it so far, Eddie? Are you gonna be like
gouache is gauche? That's kind of how I feel about it.
I think this gouache is gouache.
Like Golden's ochre yellow. Oh, ochre yellow is so good. A yellow gold with that green would be yummy.
Gouache, yes. They say the gouache.
Gauche. Gouache is gauche.
That's not what he said. He just said
I
gouache
just
is
said it
gouache.
was.
I know. You're being funny.
I might be weird, but I like a little blue with teal. Nah.
No.
Almost like baby powder resist. I don't know. I haven't tried that. I love how the Brits say it. Gouache. They say it. Yeah. Gouache.
They don't say gouache. They say it gouache.
It's not looking flat on the screen. It's almost metallic-like. Isn't that strange?
It does. Like when I'm looking at it through the monitor here, it does. It looks metallic.
Oh, it's flat. I mean, it is totally a flat.
It's trippy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm loving this. All right, let's try a metallic. Since we have semi-transparency in our white.
4 minutes. You've got to do that.
4 minutes. I think I can do it. I can slap down some folk art paint. We won't feel bad if this is a total failed experiment. Nice little gold
Trinket.
booger there. Trinket.
Oh, I guess you did get it right. That is what he meant. Look at you, knowing what Anthony's thinking.
Yeah, Anthony and I are on the same wavelength, Mariah.
Kissing butt.
Remember, listen for your balls.
Shake your balls. Get them moving. Okay, Deb C's in with the info here. Gouache is artist-grade opaque watercolors. It's been used in art since they have been illuminating manuscripts.
Yes, and I think that
that's what I knew.
Michelangelo used some on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
What he was using was more of I've got plenty of paint here, so my roller's not even rolling. It's just skidding along.
She's what do you call that when it's a window kind of cleaner thing or whatever?
Well, I'm getting lots of nice. I think I have plenty of paint out there, and I'm still seeing, like on my brayer offs over here. I'm seeing
well, and I see your swirly
metallics.
How you put your how you swirled the paint down.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're ending on high notes.
Well, I don't know. It's not separating quite as rapidly. And that could be because the gold paint is like drying.
Yeah.
Super quick.
It says, Nay, I take your challenge.
But I'm going to go ahead and pull this because I think it's interesting. I think it will be interesting. If I can see those little...
We're ending on something interesting.
Something.
Because she says so. I call this interesting.
This is interesting. It's kind of akin to... Oh, that'll make a good background.
Look at that background.
Look at that background. Wow. That is a great background. Who knew?
Those people over at PM Artist Studio make some of the best background.
Boy, they do. And 3/4 of them aren't even intentional. It's just accidental. It's absolutely magical.
Accidental artists.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to toss this one.
You keep.
Yeah. In. All right, y'all ready?
Ooh. I would like some oohing and awing, just because, you know.
I'm really glad that I did those little swirly doos with my gold paint because
that's
otherwise
the best part.
it would be fairly unremarkable.
Hey, no, just put some lights on it and hang it in a gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Sometimes it's all about the lighting.
It's all about
that's why you gotta wiggle them. That's why you gotta wiggle them, the metallic ones.
Is it showing up?
It is.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Mo says, I see peace circles of madness, and that's not the stencil. Alrighty, guys, that was lots of fun. I know it wasn't like fireworks here at the end, but sometimes, you know, that's all right. Here,
New product.
Yeah, that was fun. Here,
Airbrush medium.
And look at that. I finished 17 and 18.
17 and 18.
I'm pretty impressed with how my things.
And I'm gonna have to start getting with it because my last card was 18, right?
Yeah. So tomorrow, or I don't know. We may do a little pop-up stream over the weekendish here. I don't know. It just kind of depends. Just don't count on it necessarily, but it could happen.
Could happen. Oh my gosh! Here, I've got to show you this. This is a good Indian. I mean, my brayer off's better than the...
Let's look at that. It is fabulous. Look at that fabulous brayer off. That right there. Bye, guys. We'll see you back here on Sunday. Bye. If not sooner. If not sooner.
If not sooner.
But Sunday.